It's week 3 of the National Football League, and we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Voyagers and the Packers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Voyagers of Virginia Beach taking on the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really...
It's the first weekend of autumn in the NFL.
Let's go, baby.
Off we go on EA Sports.
Oh, Harmon. Let's go. First play TD, baby. Let's go.
He's in. Touchdown. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd? They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
A trick shot on the extra point, but it is good off the left upright. And it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now the fourth-year man from BC, it's A.J. Dillon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 74 yards and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to...
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
Now a first carry here for Robinson.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson: 18 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
So, partner, 2 games worth, he's leading the league in rushing, so he's now trending. Is that what they talk about nowadays? You talk about trending? That's what he's doing. He'd like to continue it here in this game.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Those defense for the Packers very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Voyagers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Throwing, Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Hurt! Right there, hurt!
On 1st down, Richardson.
He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He was looking for Jalen Waddle there, but it'll be 2nd down. Hey, look at this Packers defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard.
And this is caught inside the 5. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
And Richardson completes a quick one out wide.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Robinson diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. He's piloted 2 drives so far, and unfortunately not very well piloted. Both led to interceptions. Now they're facing the deficit. Another touchdown after that previous pick. Starting over here, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A punt of 46, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He was looking for Devon Achane out of the backfield.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You look at this Packers defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
Here's Richardson to throw.
He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got it at the 15.
Let's go!
Devon Achane with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
And now this throw complete to Washington. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And Dillon going to pick up a Packers first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action now. Bridgewater. To the right side and complete to Washington. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught by Washington.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Bridgewater. Short pass caught by Henry. 12 more yards there and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Over the middle, complete. That's Washington. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Running left is Dillon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And this one is right through, and they knock that deficit down from 29 to 26.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Off play action. Richardson. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Richardson to throw off play action. Rolling to his right. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Voyagers are able to add on to their first half lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Lutz with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
36, Packers 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Here's Presley Harvin now.
Presley Harvin in formation.
Here's Hardman to return. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Richardson off the play fake. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They run with a rookie from K-State, Deuce Vaughn.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
This offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Mustang 19.
2nd down, here's Richardson.
And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And Richardson looks to throw once more.
Escaping the pressure right.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
70 range. 70 range. 30.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On 2nd down, Dillon.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Hardman on the return.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Go.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll run for it with A-Chain.
Touchdown!
Devon A-Chain.
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Voyagers are an extra point away from going up by 40.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half.
43. Packers 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And the Packers first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Bridgewater on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now a look at the backup, Jordan Love. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, Love to throw. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Hold it ready. Ready.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now it's Richardson. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Love now on second down. And he'll just get rid of it. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Love now. They go screen with Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
On the set. 52 blaster. Ready.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense, because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And his kick is good. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home.
But no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Now the Packer offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Let's go.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
You watch Dillon run there, and he looks just like an enforcer for the Packers offense. And he is. He gets the ball, and you know you're in store for a punishing, powerful run. Almost 1,600 yards over the last 2 seasons on the ground.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Put. Ready.
They run again with Dillon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
They run once more with Dillon.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
All runs on this drive. It's 1st and 10. To pass. Here's Jordan Love. Out to the left here to Reed. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
At the 19-yard line.
Play action this time with Love. Had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Third down and 3 yards to go.
Ready?
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Love with a give to Dillon.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Tariq Woolen in on the stop.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Ready?
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he'll find Washington. That's complete.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Dillon is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes. Where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the
touchdown, Packers.
Jaden Reed
from 4 yards out.
And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Here's Johnson with a reception.
Inside the 20. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown.
Touchdown!
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Voyagers just continue to roll. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about.
And he caught it up. And this is picked up by the defense. And they'll start out with great field position at the 46.
Clean hit, boy. That boy caught that motherfucking Brian Dawkins. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Boom!
Didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, Richardson.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 2. They go play action with Richardson. Olave holds it in.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And now they're in the hurry up.
It's a game of 10. First down, Voyagers.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Go, Trap! Go, Trap!
On 3rd down, Tucker. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Going for it on 4th, Richardson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 29 yards. And the Voyagers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball, definitely coming from his head coach.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp.
Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Love from the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Love looking to throw it. And now another one thrown incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 76 yards.
And the Voyagers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
I know you hype. I know you hype. Let's get some love. This is where you step
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD.
Hold on real quick. He got his ass picked the D-fuck up and flipped. Like, let's zoom this in. Watch this, watch this. I missed the interception, right? Boom. Motherfucker come in here. Ooh, you motherfucking bop.
Hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Off the play fake, Love. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Ty Summers able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. First down, going to the air with Love. He'll check this down, complete to Dillon.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Ready?
Love, they go play action now.
Musgrave's got it out right.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage.
Ready.
To the air again, Love.
And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So here now the rookie 6th rounder, Anders Carlson, for the Packer field goal.
Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Let's go now.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the end.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown.
Jalen Waddle, 77 yards. And the Voyagers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch, and it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, but I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Love's throw into the hands of Henry here.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here's Love. That's complete to Wicks.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's good. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They go draw play. It's Dillon, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Draw play, Dillon.
Able to slither by.
96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who's just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to them.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Johnson's got it complete. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Tucker. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. On 3rd down, Tucker. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Into the hands of Perry, complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
2nd down. Here's Richardson. Completes it to Perry.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line.
Richardson.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perry. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Panther Street! Panther Street! Big Lion!
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of